The highest level of unemployment in the world is inside Gaza, because they're not going to be employed. Where are you going to find employment? The highest level of literacy, or one of the highest, is inside Gaza, by the way. They're very educated. The highest concentration of huffaz of Quran in the world inside Gaza. Alhamdulillah, the highest concentration of huffaz inside Gaza, but of the lowest quality of life. One point that I saved to the very end, because it's the most painful for me and all of us. One point that I saved for the very end. For some bizarre reason, our country has always been the primary supporter of Israel. This has not been the case since 1947. In 1947-48, the very first administrations, they tried to be fair. They tried to be both pro-Arab, pro-Palestinian, try to be fair. But within the early 50s, that changed completely. And since the 50s and 60s, our country of America has been the one and only country that has acted more in the interest of Israel than even its own interests. And this is something very strange. And more Americans are realizing this. For some reason, we don't understand why. There are reasons, we'll explain them. We seem to be more concerned about the safety of that country than our own country. We're willing to go to war for that country. We're willing to get billions of people angry for that country. Collectively, since World War II, America has given more than $250 billion in aid to that country. We could have solved our healthcare crises in 1 second. We could have given universal healthcare to every American. We could have solved homelessness 10 times over. Not a single homeless person will be in America if we spent that tax dollar over here. For some weird reason, we just want to send money there. Not only do we send money there, we give them grants so that they can purchase our military with the money we have given them. Unbelievable. Circularity here. We pay them the money they're going to use to purchase our military weapons. Unbelievable. No other military in the world has the type of relationship that Israel does with America. We sell them the best weapons at the most discounted rates. We give them grants to purchase these weapons. We give them immunity from prosecution as they use those weapons. We can get as angry as we want at other people. Those 2,000-pound bombs that are dropped, 2-ton, those bombs that are dropped, they're American bombs. So I'm asking myself, and we should all ask ourselves, if we have the crowd, and if we have the truth, and if we have simple common facts, forget religion, forget history, forget politics, tell your fellow Americans, why are we giving $250 billion to another country? Simple as that. Can't we use this money ourselves? American taxes for American people. That's the slogan we all should start. The truth is with us. Images are with us. The people are with us. Common sense is with us. Then why is the government not with us? 2 reasons. Number 1, the powerful impact of the law, because in the end of the day, you have a 400,000 people, he has $400,000 in the bank account. Guys, I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. Our president is the #1 recipient of AIPAC, $4.2 million over the course of his presidency. Now, I'm sorry, but facts are facts. You don't think those 4.2 million is going to influence how he votes? I mean, let's just be real here. Number 2 reason about why our country is so fanatically, illogically, irrationally in support of Israel goes back to a misunderstanding of Christianity. Evangelicals believe one of the first things Jesus is going to do is to get rid of the people who attempted to kill him and to annihilate them. And that's who? So they believe his coming is the end of the Jewish race. Do you understand the oxymoron? Do you understand the irony here? That we want to expedite the coming of Jesus Christ, who's going to get rid of all of you people. So, oh, you people, here's $1 million, take it. Those people understand fully what these people believe, and they're happily taking the billions of dollars. Do you understand the irony here? In 1948, as we said, they attacked, but this was not enough. In 1967, the second war occurred, the 6-Day War. And the 6-Day War was instigated by Gamal Abdel Nasser, by Egypt. but it turned out to be a massive failure. And the Israelis launched a vicious counteroffensive in which American artillery, American ships, when the West got involved and supported Israel, Israel won a massive victory from their side in 1967, and they acquired the entirety of the West Bank, and not only Gaza Strip, but in fact they invaded into Egypt and they occupied the entire Sinai Peninsula. So from 78%, they basically acquired 100% illegally. More than 120%, because they got all of Sinai. They also invaded Jerusalem by tanks. They marched into Masjid al-Aqsa with their submachine guns, Uzi submachine gun, that much I'm positive. Their tanks rolled into the complex of Aqsa and they conquered Masjid al-Aqsa by force. This is 1967. Jerusalem then came under their control. The West Bank came under their control. Gaza came under their control. All of this, the United Nations said, is illegal. They said it is occupied territories, but nobody cared. To this day, the United Nations calls these territories occupied, but nobody cares. Technically, this was never given to them in the first place. They're not turning down peace. They're turning down prison. They're turning down life sentences. Why would anybody accept that? The Palestinians have never been given a fair deal in the first place by the superpowers. So when push is going to come to shove, obviously the people are going to revolt in a harsher manner. You know the famous images that you see, children throwing rocks and stones. This is the iconic images. This is what they have to fight. Why did they throw rocks and stones? That's all they have. That's all they have. 25 to 35 foot high, massive concrete walls, on top of which are barbed wire, armed with guards at every portion and site. It's something out of some type of science fiction dystopian movie. It's something out of East Berlin, West Berlin type of stuff. But it's still happening to this day. And that's why every single reputable body has criticized the building of this wall. Jimmy Carter, our president himself, called it the largest open-air prison in the world. You have to see it to understand what this wall is. Literally, look at these types of pictures. Literally, on one side, you have slums. You have the highest density of humanity on earth. That's Gaza. Gaza is the highest occupied, the greatest density of mankind. Where are they going to go? Where are they going to build? So there's forced to live there. And on the other side, you have almost like California-style mini villas and cities. In the middle of the desert, you have greenery. You have houses. You have parks. And unfortunately, to make matters even worse, so before I get there, look at this, the Google image, West Bank city before the wall, the same city after a wall. It's literally trapped in prison. You cannot go to work without special permits. If you are between the ages of 18 to 40, you will not get a permit. Young men are not given permits to work. How do you think a young man is going to live when he's not allowed to work? How do you think a young man is going to find dignity, get married, have children when you've deprived him of work? Groups of people literally walking in and claiming a piece of land as their own without payment, without negotiation, at times kicking people out. And the Palestinians cannot fight back without massacres. If you dare hit or kill one of them, the army will come in and kill your whole family. This ideology ruined everything. This ideology corrupted the reality of Jewish-Muslim-Christian relationship. Up until 1900, memorize this, there was not a single Muslim-Jewish war or uprising or massacre. Not one. Those who claim, oh, Jews and Arabs, Jews and Muslims have always been at war, are telling you lies. Whenever Christians persecuted Jewish people, we Muslims welcomed them. We never had a problem with Jewish people for the bulk of our history until the last 50 years, until the last 80 years.